Yo, it's your boy Ninja Spaghetti. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing the Erisendrache Easter egg guide, full guide. And sorry if I talk faster in this video, but I have to keep the flow going, and also the way I have the timestamp set up. So, first thing you need to do before you get into this guide is upgrade one of your bows. If you're doing it solo, you need to upgrade your bow one, and if multiplayer, forever, how many people that's in your game, you have to upgrade one bow for each person. And I have guides for the Void, Lightning, and Wolf Bow on my channel. So let's get into the upgrade, the Erisendrache Easter egg. First thing you need to do is come down to this teleport room. You hear a Marquand noise once you shoot these balls. That noise, once you hear that, you have started the Easter egg. After you shot those balls up there and they go orange or yellowish color, you come back down here and get your bow, and then all around the map there'll be four different wisps. There will be this Marquand noise after you hear that, like you heard right there. After you hear that, you go around the map, and here's my route that I'm taking, but you know, it's whatever you feel best. And there's 7 different spots these wisps can spawn in. You have to shoot them with your elemental bow 4 different times around the map, and then you should hear a success tone. I'll play that in a moment, but if you didn't catch what I said, you have to go around the map searching for these wisps, and once you find them, shoot them with your elemental bow, and you'll hear the Marquand noise again, and then you should be able to hit the next one. So that's what they look like. It'll be like electric, you know, little things in the map, and you have to do it 4 times. So for most of these Easter egg steps, I gotta tell you, you cannot end the round or you'll fail it immediately. So on this wisp step, before you start this, make sure you have like 1 zombie or something, make it easier. And also, you cannot end the round or it'll be an automatic fail, and you have to wait till next round to do it. So that's just a heads up right there. So now I will be showing you each of the locations for the wisp. By the way, these locations are random each game, but it could be in a random location. But here's one of them. It's up here by spawn. The second one is on, you know, I can't tell you where it is, but yeah, here's this globe. One could be on this globe. Another one could be on that phone over there by stamina. Another one could be on this clock over here outside the church. One could be on the radio inside the church, and another one could be on this clock that's by the radio inside the church. So these spots are random each time, but you know, so just make sure you look like the whole map, and you know, it's completely random each time. But anyways, once you finish getting the wisp, you need to come down here to the teleport room, make sure the round hasn't ended yet, or you have to do it all again. Don't worry though, if you fail it, you can just do it next round. But anyways, you come down here to the teleporter, and it should be glowing purple if you've done it right. You buy the teleporter, and this time, instead of teleporting to the rocket test fire, you teleport back in time. And what you need to do is come over here, grab these fuses, and then you need to grab this soul canister. And then what you need to do is memorize this code that Graf is going to put in. Multiplayer, you can have, you know, your partner, one of your partners remember it, and then you put it in. But it's different every time, and if you put in the wrong code, you will fail, and you have to go back in time again. You won't have to grab the pieces, it'll just be a different code. But like this time I got circle, lightning, circle, which is pretty easy to remember. So each time is different. And when you spawn back in, you spawn with rocket test fire, and there will be a panzer, so don't worry about him. Just go away from the rocket test fire, because there's a big chance that the test fire could be happening at that moment. So it's better to deal with the panzer while the rocket test fire is not test firing. So yeah, and don't worry if you end the round, you just have to put the code in. And if you put it in wrong, then you have to wait till then you have to do it again, but you don't have to but the code will be different, you know, if you go back in time. But it's fine. So next up, you put in the fuse on the side, and you flip the switch from attack to protect, and you go over here and then put in Groff's code that you got from back in time. So mine was circle lightning circle, so I put in the circle lightning circle, and you should hear a success tone, which means you've done it right. So then you go down to the teleporter room, and there should be a gold floppy disk and some test tubes that you pick up. And those, I think the floppy disk has like the rocket launch codes on there, and you just pick up these test tubes. It should be open now, and you should be fine to go on to the next step. Now for this next step, you have to come back up to where the death ray is, and you have to put those tubes into two sides. There'll be two areas you have to put the test tubes in. I'm going to show you that in a minute. And the generator, you have to flip it from the previous setting you had it on to the other setting. So here's the area where you have to put the tubes in. Go to the side. There'll be a missing slot for the tubes. You put them in like that. Flip the generator back to the previous setting. And now this part could be tough on single player, but next you gotta go play Samantha Says. And I prefer the lightning bow on this on solo players, so you can just spam it, not spam, but shoot it, and let you go. But on multiplayer, you can have someone like save the zombie for you. So I think multiplayer is a little bit easier. But anyways, it'll give you 4 different symbols, and with these symbols, you have to remember like the order, and then it'll pop up at the top. You click the symbol, it tells you. Until you get the success noise, which is not the same. It's like a bing. You'll know if it's done or not. You can tell. But once you finish doing that, you go to another one. It's the same thing. You do the same thing, but it's at Rocket Test Fire. So you go down to Rocket Test Fire, and then you do the same thing. Play Samantha Says. They give you the 4 things, 4 symbols. See, I'm at Rocket Test Fire, so it gives me the 4 symbols. I click the symbol it tells me, and rinse and repeat until you do both of them. And an easy way to know that this step is done, once you go back up to the top, 2 things. One, on the death ray, the back of the death ray will be glowing green, and also the balls, maybe 2 like white balls, and it will be lit up white basically, and then you should know that it's done. And if you're having trouble with this, try flipping the death ray like again, back from attack to protect back to attack, and see if that works, or try spending your money for the use the death ray trap and then see if that works. Or you might have to like end around, but you see that ball is glowing, so that means it's done. And then you come back up here and press the green button on the back of the death ray. So if you've done everything right so far, you should see a little ship coming down. That's Dempsey 1.0. He's coming down, and he's going to crash into the side of the tower where the bell is. And down there will be a part that you have to pick up. And see back there, electric thing, that's Dempsey 1.0. You go around, and I forget which side it is on, so I'm looking for it now. But that's what the piece looks like right there. It's that little, I don't know what it's called, but that's what it looks like. So you pick that up, and on to your next step. Now you're going to have to do the Marquand Step again, which you go back in time. You go through the map looking for the wisp, like you did again. And if you don't hear the Marquand noise, you might have to end the round, and then it will go again. So what you need to do is go around the map looking for the Marquands, and once you got all 4, you go back down to the launch pad, not launch pad, but the teleporter, and it'll be glowing purple again, so you go back in time. So this time though, when you go back in time, Groff will not be there. This time what you need to do is there will be a book and some hay this time. So this book is the Canorium. You go over there, click square on it, the box should open. This box should open and you have to pick up this stone slab. And that's the only thing you need to do. I don't get why you have to go back in time twice, but it's what you have to do. So to recap on this, you go over there, click on the book, this box should open, grab the stone slab, and then you should be done with that step. On to the final step before the boss fight. You come over there, put the piece inside this tomb where you get the Wrath of the Ancient's Bow. And then a keeper should spawn out like you see here, and it'll go around the map, and there'll be 4 areas that it will stop. There'll be this white circle, and you have to feed in those areas. And that's what you that's what you have to do for this final step. So as you see, the keeper's going through, and if there's a door that it's trying to get past, you might have to open some doors for the keeper. Like you see here, it stops, but that's not an area where it needs to feed, so I have to open this door basically. So sometimes you have to open doors, but you know, it is what it is. Anyways, like you see, I'm coming up here, the keeper stops, and there's a white circle around. This is where you have to feed. You have to feed for an entire round. I'm pretty sure there's not a certain amount of souls, you just have to feed for an entire round. And if you're playing solo, you just have to use the bow that you got. You don't have to get all the bows. Some people might think that, but you don't have to get all the bows. You just have to feed in the circle with the arrow, with the bow you got. On multiplayer, as you see right there, there's a little glow around, and that glow it will show the bow that you have to use. So for instance, like you see here, that blue glow is the one for the lightning bow, and that will pop up for the one that's the lightning bow. That's the one that has to feed for that round. A red glow around will pop up for the fire bow, and once again, it will only show up this light for the bows that you have built already, and that's the only light will show up, and that's the only ones that you have to feed. Sometimes I get a glitch where it shows up a bow that I have not built yet, and I'm sorry to say, but if that happens, then you're just gonna have to restart the whole entire Easter egg, which really sucks. It's happened to me twice, and see, it showed up for the fire bow, and I didn't have the fire bow, so it really sucks sometimes. But you know, I can't really help that. I don't know how to fix that. But yeah, here, and so on to the next step, I guess. So once you've done all these other steps, you come down here, you'll hear some dialogue. The keeper will go into here, and this pyramid will pop up. As you see, the soul canister that you picked up before is missing on the side of the pyramid. You need to put that in the side of the pyramid, and once you do, yeah, that's what you need to do right there. I went back and got this free gobblegum, and I'll teach you how to do that in a later video. But anyways, right now what you need to be doing is getting everything you need to be set up, because on the next part you go into a boss fight. So what you need to do is get all your perks, your guns, pack-a-punch, every single thing you need to do. Just get ready for a fight. And what you need to do also is get the Ragnarok's DG4, and after this video I'll be making a guide for that. It's very simple. As you see, actually right now I'm getting one of the pieces now, but make sure you have the Ragnarok DG4 for your next step. So on the final step, you put in the soul canister, the keeper will come out, and there'll be dialogue, and what you need to do is get out your Ragnarok DG4 and slam it on the ground. As you see right here, I get it out, slam it on the ground, and then you'll be teleported into a boss fight arena, and there'll be this giant keeper and everything. It looks cool, but now prepare for a fight. This is what you have to do. Make sure you have everything before you come into this boss fight. And then basically what you need to do is you run around until the keeper gets to the center of the map. When the keeper gets to the center of the map, you get your Ragnaroks out and you slam them down in the middle, and the keeper will come down, and once the keeper finishes coming down, it'll be damaged. So what you need to do is shoot it with every single thing you got. There'll be a glowing area on the keeper's chest that you need to shoot, and once you shoot it, the keeper will go back and start going around the map and do it again. And you need to do this 3 times. And once you do it the first time, the keeper will disappear and panzers will start spawning in. And don't worry, there'll be multiple panzers, but don't worry, keep a cool head. These panzers are for you to get max ammos and refill your Ragnaroks. And what you need to do is refill your Ragnaroks, and once your Ragnarok's refilled, you can rinse and repeat this step. Go over, put it under the keeper, shoot the keeper until it's down, and do this 3 different times. So in this video I didn't get this step because my friend is amazing, but what happens if you don't have your Ragnarok's charged when the keeper's back to the center? It will go down and it'll spread out lightning all around the map. And what you need to be doing when this lightning goes all around the map, because it will insta kill you basically, but once you need to be doing when the lightning goes around the map is hide behind one of the pillars you see right here, and you will not get attacked. But if you're out of the way of the pillars, you will die instantly. So be careful of the keeper's attack. So basically you run around, keep doing the keeper, put your Ragnaroks down, shoot the keeper, kill the panzers, get the max ammos, and clutch your way through the boss fight. And that's pretty much it. So as you see, going through the boss fight right here, and we're running through with our Ragnaroks, getting our Ragnaroks charged, and here's the final hit. By the way, that glowing is what it looks like on the keeper's chest. And once it finishes, you'll know it's done. The keeper should spin around and you'll go back to the main area. So once you finish this boss fight, you'll go back to the main area. You'll get this little circle down here. It's called the summoning key, and you'll get it. And what you need to do is go back up there to the first area you did Simon Says, and this time put the summoning key into that area. And this is the final step of the Easter egg. You go up here, as you see my friend's doing, you put it in there, and then you're done. Rockets will come up, shoot the moon, and you'll get a cutscene. And after the cutscene's over, you'll get free perkaholic basically, so you'll get all the perks. And now you've successfully done the Erisendrache Easter egg. I'm sorry for if this was confusing. Hopefully it was as simple and easy to follow as possible. I love making these videos, but it's really tough trying to get all the footage and stuff. But basically, hopefully you enjoyed. Please leave a like and check out my channel, and if you like what you see, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Hope you, like I said, hope you enjoyed, and deuces.